Thank you so much.
Mr. Raghu and Mr.
Gentlemen, Auronya is proud to present its flagship
program, a postgraduate diploma program in New Age Management and Leadership, Antariksh. Antariksh aims to prepare India's future leaders for the fourth industrial revolution. My call, Professor Anuj Sharma.
Often good enough. No more. Where we are going, good enough is dead. In a world where everything is connected, where everything is equally excellent, where performance is reaching perfection, there's only one space left to invade in. You. Right now, you are a central point in the raging tornado of change fueled by digitization, mobilization, augmentation, disintermediation, automation. Well, the list goes on. Science fiction is becoming science fact. Think about self-driving cars or computers that can learn and think. The way we work will never be the same. The skills we need will be dramatically different. Winning or losing are now happening faster than ever before. So what's your response? How will you discover new opportunities in one of the most transformational times in human history? Are you driving change or are you being driven by it? Disruption has become the new normal. With change, it's always gradually, then suddenly, well, things really have stopped happening gradually. This change is exponential. Everything that used to be dumb and disconnected is now wired and intelligent. Cars, cities, ports, farms, even our bodies will be wired with sensors and will talk to each other. These game changers are also combinatorial. They amplify each other, creating a perfect storm of change. Quantum computing fuels big data. The Internet of Things fuels artificial intelligence and deep learning, which fuels robotics. However, anything that cannot be digitized or automated will become extremely valuable. Human-only traits such as creativity, imagination, intuition, emotion, and ethics will be even more important in the future, because machines are very good at simulating, but not at being. Yes, robots and software will do some of our work, but this will allow us to focus on things that cannot be automated. To imagine change squared, you've got to start engaging more with what might be, not just with what is. Immerse yourself in the immediate future, 5 to 7 years out from today. We need to go beyond technology and data to reach human insights and wisdom. Technology represents the how of change, but humans represent the why. The future is about holistic business model. The opportunity is to be liquid, to learn just in time, not just in case, not single improvements, but complete transformations, not individual systems, but new ecosystems. Humanity is where true and lasting value is created. We will engage, relate, and buy things because of the experiences they provide, because of their transformative power. The future doesn't just happen. The future gets happened. The new way to work is to embrace technology, but not to become it. The future is in technology, yet the bigger future lies in transcending it. Let's live and lead from here.
Thank you everyone for your patience, and we should be breaking for dinner in about 15 minutes. We are coming to the conclusion of the program. Antariksh is our exclusive postgraduate diploma in New Age Management and Leadership, which we are launching in October 2017. It will be for an exclusive cohort of about 60 to 70 students. To discover Antariksh, we had to dive into the future, look into the next 5 to 10 years, 15 years from now, and what skills, knowledge, abilities would be required by the students who enter into the workforce today. Antariksh curriculum comprises of courses from all 6 schools of Auronya. All the new age courses of Auronya schools have been distributed into Antariksh to provide a 360 holistic learning experience embedded in liberal education philosophy. Business intelligence, where students will go through courses like big data, entrepreneurship, business digitization, business security, design and sciences, business automation and robotics, courses such as urban design and planning, agritecture, which is fusion of architecture and agriculture, physical abilities, expedition Everest, which will be very fascinating. We'll have drone flying, horse riding, sailing, surfing. Each one of these physical abilities will be tied in. For example, if we are doing shooting and archery, we will target precision and competitiveness. If we are doing boot camp, we will target discipline. If we are doing yoga, which will be throughout the one-year diploma course, we'll target mental strength. If we are doing gym, we'll target physical strength. So each of these activities will be tied to the learner's aspirations. Reality-based learning. We will immerse our students into a global immersion program. We'll send them to different countries. We'll look at national immersion program where they'll discover India by actually visiting different parts of India. We'll look at spiritual immersion where students will go through spiritual immersion at Auronya. Social sciences, digital social networks, how Facebook is changing our behaviors. How does Twitter, Facebook, these kind of applications affect us, and then how do the revenue models work? We look at security, not just cyber security, but digital security, biosecurity, business security. We look at cyber politics. Today our External Affairs Minister tweets and Amazon shuts down a site. Diplomacy. Creating VR projects in fine arts, performing arts, culinary arts, ethics, bioethics, business ethics, digital ethics, diversity in practice, anthropology. So it's a very immersive 32 to 35 module course, 1 year. Students will be fully immersed on all the 6 schools of Antariksh and their courses. We believe that the future, and as the industry partners said, the future is about holistic development. It's about a holistic leader who can jump, not just a compartmentalized leader who only knows one particular subset, let's say finance or something. Here is an indicative spread of the program from October to September, so it's a 1-year fully residential program based out of Antariksh campus. Now also for Antariksh, we had to conduct this kind of a program, it requires augmented reality hardware, it requires virtual reality hardware, and we're very grateful to the founders to actually set up a separate infrastructure for Antariksh program. The students at Antariksh will have vegetarian breakfast, lunch and dinner, fully furnished natural resort living. This is actually the actual photos of student dormitories. Weekly linen and housekeeping, swimming pool, gym, transportation to and from campus. This is an exclusive campus that is being developed just for this particular program for the first cohort of 60 students. The campus will have infrastructure to support such kind of technology such as robotics, 3D printing, VR, AR, sports, auditorium, theater, think spaces, research and development labs, boardrooms, classrooms. In 2018, we'll also be launching the undergraduate programs embedded in liberal education, where all the schools, 6 schools of Antariksh will contribute foundation modules, both core and electives, because we firmly believe that the future of learning is individualized learning. So students should be able should have the choice to pick up the courses that they are passionate about from any of these schools and then go in for specialization. So it's about a holistic development and then going into a particular specialization. We are also in process of affiliation with the University of Pondicherry. We have started that process for degree programs. Thank you very much, and I would like to invite the founders, Dr. Indra Parekh and Mr. Abhijit, for conversation, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for the encapsulated presentation
of Antariksh. As we wind down this evening, we invite the founding chairperson and founder executive chairperson to have a samvad.
That is a dialogue. It reveals an inherent respect for the other's perspective and a desire to expand one's understanding. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming again Mr. Abhay Kumar Jain and Dr. Indira Parekh, respectively, answering the question of the why and the what of Auronya.
Thank you very much.
It had a focus of something. So why from all of a sudden, from an industry?
That my coming into education field was a destiny. Sri S. Jain Educational Society approached me in 2002 or 2003 to see whether we could start a women's college in Tina. And my answer to that was spontaneous yes. I said that I would very much like to start a college. I was not into education field, I was into industries at the time. And that began my journey into education field. And as we started, as we grew from 105 students to 4,000 students today, in between we said we should look out for what is new and what could be better in the education. And that's where we deputed Jaya. I don't know whether she's here or she has left. She went around and she went on an all India tour, international tours, to find out the best practices in education. And she happened to meet you. And she told me that she met Indra Parekh in Flame in Pune. And I said, I know her very well. So that's how we established the contact again. And that drove me, made me request you to design a liberal education program for the girls of Chennai College. And that's how it started. But when we knew that we have to go for a bigger plan and a bigger expansion, you were kind enough to say that we must do this in Pondicherry. And that's how the Antariksh happened.
But why did you want to start liberal education?
That's
because that's very completely different from the regular college that you have. And liberal college, which I was starting, was this is the first of its kind in the country. I know you have done a lot of new initiatives. Like I'm still can't get over it that you are running a crematorium. So I know you get into new things, but then why did you focus on liberal education and not medical school, not an engineering school, or something like that?
Looking at my life, I came from a very modest background, and I had an opportunity of having very resourceful friends who would make me, learn horse riding. Some friend had a membership in the rowing club, so he would take me to the rowing club and make me row. And then somebody took me to the flying club, and I became a pilot. And then I had friends who used to play guitar with me, so we had a music band. And the kind of sports activities and the kind of exposure I had in my life, because I had subjected myself to see that every summer holidays, in those days, I'm talking about 70s when the facilities, we had no phones or mobiles or emails. I used to take a backpack along with my friend Gyan Jain here, And we used to go all around India. There used to be a Bharat Yatra ticket, 100 rupees. And you take that and go around. So I used to enjoy meeting people, talking to people, learning from them. And that really gave me the exposure to face, to do a lot of multitasking in my life. And that's, I feel, I didn't know the meaning of liberal education probably in the 70s. But when I realized that this is what really made me face a lot of challenges in life, I said, this is what I should do. And this is what exactly we are doing in our college right now. We have taken a huge task. Mr. Hussain is here. Please get up, sir. He is our coach for the students to teach archery in our college. Society and the members have been very encouraging. And we have taken a task that our college student will win one of the medals in Olympics 2020.
Last question. Everybody's stomach is kind of grumbling. So, the last question is, having started the liberal education there, and all of a sudden you said, no, let's do something bigger. Let's do a residential program. An institution which had started, which was going well, you all of a sudden said, let's do something else. Now, how did it, what were you thinking to say, let's start Auronya? And we started the whole process all over again. Would you like to comment why we are here finally?
My tryst with experimenting new things will never stop, and I hope Usha and my family allows me to continue to experiment with new things. And having your backup and having people like Anuj and Vishesh joining, that was the, when we had the right people around, I think that drove me to see that we established Auronya. In fact, I think I told you that we'll postpone our launch of Auronya by 1 year. But it was destiny. Destiny to have Anuj Sharma coming on board, applying through a website which we have created.
Which we hadn't even started.
Yeah.
Which we hadn't started.
Yeah, it started also. It was just it was destiny that I had to be there and I had to make it happen. So I think this providence, which is saying that I should start this, and the ecosystem like 3D4M, Beyond Realities, and others coming here, being with us, and Texas A&M Dean coming over here and talking to us. We are very fortunate that we have, a very strong board, governing board, and a strong advisory members council, which I'm sure will guide us to ensure that we bring the best into the education field. And as far as I'm concerned, I definitely tell my sons that I not leave enough, I leave enough for them, like, for them to survive, but not leave them enough to make them lazy. So I have to give it back to the society. I want to give it back to the society. I have 3 questions. You have 3 questions for me. I have 1 question, two questions. You've done wonderful things in the education field. You started Flame 10 years ago. But what is driving you to be in the education field again? You could have gone to consultancy, you could relax, you have attained the glory. You have achieved everything in life. So what is driving you to be in the education field still?
My son is here. Where is my son? He would stand up and show himself. He was telling me, why don't you come to the US? And I said, no chance. I'm not coming to the US. See, I don't know anything else but education. Either I have been studying, which I am still, or I am teaching. That's all I know. It goes back to when I was 8 years old, and my father said, there are 25 workers' children. He owned a textile mill. So you have learnt in school, go and teach. So he built a shed, like we build a doll's house. He built a shed, he put some mats. He gave me, that time we had slates and a chalk. Said, these are for the children. Whatever you learn, you teach. So from the age of 8 to the age of 14, I taught. But of course I was going to school as well. Then I married a husband who was a scientist in education field, and therefore I got to study after marriage. And it's just, again, it's like things just started opening up. No matter what I did, education institution came in front. So I studied more. By chance I went to INSEAD, and there I started teaching, though I did not have a PhD. So education that's all I know. So whether it translates into consultancy, whether it translates into management education, whether it translates into organization development studies. I've had some of the finest people who gave me a breakthrough in their industry.
I know even Prime Minister Narendra Modi used to request you to take classes for all his ministers.
Yeah, so that's
I have one question, that will be the last question. I think we should end with that. You always, tell me that whatever education field we are in and whatever we teach to the students, we should bring about the complete Indian ethos and culture and ensure that we are imbibed into that, though we may adopt the latest in the modern technologies, you always say that we should have the back up the Indian ethos and the culture. Can you explain?
I think again that comes from the childhood and the family, but subsequently also the experiences. I say I'm a liberal arts education, but that was possible because there was liberal arts and I could study in the US after I was married. And even my son has seen me doing projects while he was going to nursery school. But the thing is, see, when I was starting to teach, or even I have always been in Indian outfit, Indians sometimes and largely, and more so when I was growing up, were quite ashamed of being Indians. They carried low self-worth, they carried low self-esteem. And even in the institutes at IIM when I was teaching, and I would just have a course called Careers, Roles and Identity. And I would ask them, please state in one of the classes good things about the country and the negative things about the country. And they had very difficult time to even remember one or two good things. And I used to actually feel at one level very angry and at another level very sad. How can a whole nation not have anything, and especially the young people? You have to be positive about your culture, about your country, about your community, about your family, about the educational institutions, about your parents, about your teachers, to be able to have a sense of self-worth and value yourself. And unless you learn to value yourself, you are not going to be able to hold things in very strong anchors. So I'm very much, even as a child I have been like this. I must be proud. And as I said, I wear saris even as an 18-year-old when I went to America. I don't know how it came. I said I have to make a statement that I'm an Indian. And not only I'm an Indian, I'm an Indian woman. And I'm an Indian woman who can do things. So, you don't wear a sari. So when I got this opportunity of playing, so it just worked. And lot of things are built in here. So when you asked me, I said liberal education or no education. we must have things from the society, from the culture, from the society. I have been blessed that I have so many of my industry people are here who have given me opportunities for a breakthrough. Unless they invited me, I could not have done the work I did. So it's, I think it's again destiny, everything put together. I've landed up here again to work with you.
So we seek all your blessings, all your best wishes to ensure that whatever we are dreaming about being in Auronya, it becomes a reality. So I take this opportunity to thank you, and I also thank every one of you for having come over here, our board of advisor, governing board, council of advisory members, and the guests who have had the patience to listen to us. And this is my word of thanks, and this will be followed by the national anthem. I request everybody to stand for that, and then I request the board members, governing board members, and the council of advisory members, and our foreign dignitaries to come here for a group photo, please, after the national anthem. So people who are, I know we have been delaying your dinner, so others can please go towards the dinner. And one word from B.C. Bora, he wanted to speak for a minute because I got into the education field because of his giving me the space there.
I am president of SS Jain Educational Society, who have got many colleges, schools, and I can say is the #1 in India in field of education and number of institutions which we run. And it was established in 1937. And from that day onwards, we are going on progressing and progressing, in which society, Mr. Abhay Kumar is one of the very, very enthusiastic partner by having Sasan College in our society. We don't know where Abhay Kumar will take us, where he will drop us, where he will pick up. He is such a fast person, very, very fast in his all activities, and I congratulate him for having this college in Chennai. Also, not in Pondicherry, I request him to have one more college in Chennai. He has got sufficient Abhay Danam. Danam is Abhay Danam. Nobody can match in giving him Danam. And he is always very bold, very tough, and full of determination. Whatever he thinks, he will do it and prove it. So I once again pray Almighty God to have more colleges from this Abhay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And sir, you have to. Sir,
I'm taking the privilege.
Ladies and gentlemen, spellbound experience what we have for the last 3